first met, I had entered the room, barely 5 feet tall and still growing. You had a bright smile that I'd never seen. Your eyes held a sparkly gleam that I haven't yet forgotten. We turned out to be friends for that day, and now as I watch the sun rise and the moon sleeps down, known each other for 8 years now, and not a single day I regret. I showed you the door to a small girl's heart, where the room was small and had a few tears. There are moments from the swing side at Good Shepherd, and there are moments too where the walls were broken down. You saw my fears and what went through my home, my first true friend, and still my sparkling light. You filled my room with hope and bravery, which is something I had not seen for a while. And yes, we learned this world can be dark and scary, but in the end you're still holding my hand, wiping away the tears I have cried. We'll get through these tough times like we did in grade 9. Remember that time where we lay in the field, your head resting on my lap, speaking of words that dripped of fear. Sentences were forms and lines were crossed, and yes, those were times where there were 2 of us, and there we lay in the Lord's grassland, tears in our eyes of the memories that are yours. And that same day I wrote you a song with words about your strength and the trust in the Lord. And even though we had nightmares, we made it alive. We made it alive. And yes, we had some tears and dealt with the unfair. And yes, we have our fights, and yes, the money's tight, but in the end we'll all be alright. But in the end we'll all be alright. It amazes me how of everything we've been through, and yet you're still amazing in everything you do. And though our lives are from 2 different paths, there are some days I would take a glance and see your face shining that brightens up my day. We shared our secrets and a few random facts, a trip to Florida and also up north, remembering those lines where we asked who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. How about that time when we sang karaoke, and though we are random and a little crazy, I love every moment that I spent with you. We still are crazy, but in a good way. Skin a rinky dinky dink. I love you. I love you. Let's not forget that amazing faith of yours. You brought me into a faith that never lets go. Keep your faith alive even in your darkest hours. And yes, we learn this world can turn their backs, but in the end we're still holding hands, wiping away the tears you have cried. We'll get through these tough times like we did in grade 9. And yes, we learn this world can be dark and scary, but in the end you're still holding my hand, wiping away the tears sleeps down. We've known each other for 8 years now. Not a single day I regret, not a single